Hello, everyone. Coach Mo Fall here. I am America's career coach, creator, founder of the Kick-Ass Career Workshop, where we help women, professional women, become soul-powered to get promotions, salary increases, land new jobs, usually between 30, 50, and this year we got a couple of 90s, a couple of over 100K job to job lifts. Well done, ladies, clients who have just leaned into the coaching. So no matter what the economy is doing, especially right now, if you're getting scared by the headlines, no matter what the economy is doing during the pandemic, during a recession, during inflation, whatever's going on, the reason why your career is lagging is your soul. And that is our secret sauce. You don't need to work harder. You're probably already working too hard. You don't need to play office politics. You don't need to be inauthentic. You need to be, let me get in front of my camera. You need to be you. That is what we do. We help you bring your soul back to life in order to land your dream job. Today, I've got a doozy of a topic: how a supportive partner can elevate your dreams. I know. I'm going to full disclosure on this one. So if you're looking to find out a little bit more about Coach Mo, this would be a good episode to listen to. A supportive partner can elevate your dreams, and a non-supportive partner is like kryptonite to Superman. Again, your career is influenced by the people around you, but it is mostly influenced by what's in you. So this is not the end all be all conversation about your career, but it is a big reveal. You might feel alone in your desire for something more in your life. As a matter of fact, on the clarity calls, which we have with hundreds of women every month, it's mofall.com/live clarity. Let's get you booked for your complimentary career clarity call today so that you can explore what's really going on and talk to one of my awesome career breakthrough strategists. Our coaching team is ready to talk to you about your career. And in many cases, what we talk about on those calls is something that you may not have gotten into the depth or the emotional pain with your spouse or partner. I know, because I lived that for years. I wanted to talk about some of the problems that were going on in my career with my partner, but I didn't want to admit certain feelings of weakness, or even sometimes certain feelings of more ambition, because everyone was like, Mo, your career is great. You're doing great. Why would you want to do more? What's your problem? Like making me wrong. And this is something that when you want to advance, but your friends and family think that you should just be happy and grateful for what you've achieved, right? I've been there. Have you? You might be stuck at the same income level watching others move ahead. And everyone says if you stay there, you will make more. And you're staying there and you're not making more. A supportive partner can really, really drive this train with you, not for you. Make no mistake about it. There is no partner who's going to be helping you in your job, but a great partner can really help your career. And I promised that I was going to talk about this in particular. If you're a client of mine, okay, if you're a client of mine, I just want to ask, how did your partner appreciate the work that we did? If you're not a client of mine, I want you to just look inside your soul. You don't have to tell. Is your partner on the same page? And yes, I would actually agree with the Facebook comment, the only supportive partner, in my opinion, is God. Let me say it this way to you as well. You have to look inside at your divine partner, the channel of your creative universe. Again, whatever word you use, but you're surrounded by other humans. And if that other human that is sharing your life with you is not on the same page, or it is not aware of what's really going on, they may not be able to be supportive. You know, nearly 60% of American households, the breadwinner is the female in the family. The breadwinner, I think, has the right to make some decisions and move up and have a progressive career. You owe it to your family, if you're the breadwinner, I believe, to advance your career and make more, have more, do more, build yourself up to your highest level so that you can have the life you want to have. I want to say this, my soul partner from my first breath to the last one is I guess that's the same comment from the same person on God. So here's the thing. When I was in my career, my partner was someone I shared what I thought was most of my career conundrums, dilemmas. When I went out for a new job, I didn't actually talk about hiring a coach, which I did in the year 2000. So 22 years ago, I hired my first coach. I was actually wrestling with things that I was ashamed to admit. I was ashamed to admit that I didn't know how to handle certain things at work. And I felt like I had to handle them myself on my own and maybe with some colleagues at work or a boss. But you know what? I was wrong about that. I did hire a coach, and that coach really helped me a lot. And she guided me through a very difficult job, career scenario, and transition. But on the surface, I was sort of acting like I got this. I got this. I have witnessed hundreds and hundreds of women with partners and spouses who have had two different opinions about their partner, the woman we are working with, having a coach or understanding their career dilemma. And I'm going to call out a few different scenarios. I'll keep the names anonymous to protect the innocent success stories. Although one of them we just did an interview with, so you'll hear her story soon. One of our clients recently lost her job, was fired out of the blue, completely unaware that anything was going on. She was in a decent job. And when she was fired, she did what most people do, and that is, well, I guess I can't hang out at that level. I was blindsided. I don't know what to do. And I guess I'm not as good in my career as I thought I was. So that was what she concluded. And her partner saw her really down in the dumps. As a matter of fact, as the breadwinner of her family, her partner was eager to get her back to work. Her partner was eager to get her back to work. So her partner booked her the complimentary career clarity call. Let me ask this. If your spouse or partner booked you a complimentary career clarity call because they knew you needed help, would you show up on the call? And yes, if I did the free consultation, still have the notes, but such a whirlwind, how does one begin again? Book another call. Please let us know if you have the date on your notes when you had that call. We'd be happy to take a look at our notes as well and re-engage with you. The call can be booked at mofall.com/live clarity. So that call was booked by this particular client's partner. And she put that on the application form. And I was thinking, oh, I hope this woman shows up. But her partner booked it. How did that conversation go? Well, that woman had a very robust complimentary career clarity call. And I'll tell you this, she was scared about the decision. She was scared about the investment because she had just gotten fired. So our confidence is rattled when we get fired, lose a job, think we're going to, or aren't where we want to be. Her partner helped her make this decision and helped sort it out. I actually got on the phone with her and her partner, and we sorted out how to make it happen. There, of course, is an investment to work with a world-class coach and a team that I have assembled who is freaking awesome, changing people's lives, of course. We don't actually publish that because it would be a disservice to everyone who gets service out of the call. So here's what we do. We're going to walk you through what's really going on and get to the truth that maybe you haven't shared with anyone. That's fine. and we're going to help you see what's really going on and, frankly, what it's been costing you emotionally, physically sometimes. So many of our clients are having physical symptoms because they've been under stress for so many years. And of course, financially. If you're leaving $20,000 to $50,000 on the table, which is most of our clients, and that's been happening for 1 year, that's 20 to 50,000. 2 years, that's up to $100,000. You can do the math from there. So we will absolutely diagnose that, and we will then take you through what is that dream job. Where could you be if you had experts? And here's the thing, that conversation happens without your partner or spouse on the phone. We want that to be a very intimate, very helpful, and productive conversation. But here's the thing. Oh, I don't make decisions like this without my partner or spouse. Okay, let's get them on the phone. Well, I don't know. What does that mean? That your partner's not clued in? Or that you really don't want to do the work? Or that you don't want to admit it? Or you're ashamed? All of these things are things that we coach through. This is what coaches do. Coach people through problems. And sometimes that problem is navigating that person you're living with and bringing them up to speed in a way that you get the help that you need. This week, if you're on my email list, we're going to release a short video of 2 such partners who lifted their wives through this decision and said, yes, you need the help, get it. And I'm ever so grateful for Kelly and Frank and Girja and Siva for the decisions that they made. As a matter of fact, Siva was so impressed with what we were doing with his wife in the first couple of weeks, he actually asked to talk to me. And to be honest with you, I felt like I was being called into the principal's office, so to speak. But he was so impressed with the combination of inner work and external strategies. Now his wife is a big part of the company that they're building together as a family. It used to be his company. And she's a brilliant woman with an IT and technology background. And together they're actually building a great life. Kelly and Frank, same thing. He said, I don't know how to help her. She was the breadwinner of her family and had a good run at it until it broke down, until a few jobs that just didn't pan out the way that she had expected. Or we can take the story of Jennifer, who I did an interview with a couple of weeks ago. We published her interview a few weeks ago. She moved her entire family across the country, all the way down the eastern seaboard, and parked them in Florida for a job she thought was going to be the one. And 2 years later, after gutting it out for a long 18 months, 2 years was her ability to work off some of the relocation allowance. And she eventually lost that job, feeling like a complete failure. And you know what? We don't want to admit that to our partner. Yes, the job ended, and yeah, I'm going to get a new one. Don't worry. I'm out beating the streets, going to go get a new job. Partner, don't worry about me. I got this. But you know what? Jennifer didn't have it. She was feeling like a failure. She was feeling like a loser. Yes, she had a severance agreement and a separation amount of money that she was going to tide her over, but she wasn't going anywhere. She wasn't getting the traction on the types of jobs. Why? Because her soul was beat up and bruised. And that inner work is the exact secret formula. I want to tell you another story about me. And as I mentioned earlier, I never really admitted the level of frustration that I had with my career because, frankly, I never really admitted it to myself. On the outside, I had a great career and great jobs. But you know what? My mother-in-law secretly said one time, why can't she hold a job? Whoa. So if you look at my LinkedIn profile, feel free, Maureen Fall on LinkedIn, feel free to connect. If you're a client of mine, feel free to connect, or if we are connected, throw down a recommendation. I'd certainly love the generosity of a recommendation. But here's the thing. I was holding jobs, but I was advancing job to job, new job, better job, more money. I kept advancing, but truthfully, I wasn't so confident and secure that the advancements were the right ones because I wasn't fully aligned with my power. until after my breast cancer, which is not a great answer for fixing your career. Don't go through breast cancer to fix your career. It's what worked for me. I'm not sure it's going to work for everyone. It's certainly not what we do with our clients going through our kick-ass career workshop. I want you to appreciate a few things. Your partner, your spouse, partner, whatever that relationship is, can be the biggest help or the biggest obstacle. I recently spoke with one of our clients who was in our workshop earlier this year, and her husband was a restoration guy, a fix-up guy for old houses, and he was a sweetheart. But you know what he said to his wife? I don't know what you need. If you think you need this, we'll make it happen. She was the breadwinner out of a job for several months because she couldn't quite get back on track with her power. And she did, and she's climbing her way back. She actually had 2 very traumatic, horrible job opportunities that just did not pan out. I love understanding what's really going on in family dynamics. We don't fix marriages. We do make them better, because most spouses, most partners remember who they married, who they committed their lifelong ambitions of building a life to. And usually when we talk to our clients, I'd say 100% of the time when we talk to our clients, they were a more powerful, confident version of themselves when they got into this relationship, as was I. And over the decades of feeling like I was being judged the wrong way, not promoted as well as I felt I needed to or should have, other people moving ahead, which was puzzling to me and frustrating, definitely getting angry, being the only woman in the room who wasn't listened to. All of those degradations of myself and how I interpreted that and how I brought it in crushed my soul, really. And there was a point where I was in a great job, but I just felt so crushed and empty inside, and I didn't really know how to fix it. I had a coach at the time, but we weren't going there, and I just didn't feel like therapy was the thing for me. So eventually, I found out through breast cancer what was really going on is that I had totally vacated my power because it had been taken away from me by others. And a fantastic partner and spouse will actually hold you in a space of not feeling that way, no matter what's going on in the outside world. Dare I say, this could be an unusually wonderful relationship. And this is one of the mantras that Sheryl Sandberg had in her Lean In movement, is that the number one career decision you make is who you spend your life with. The number one career decision you make is who you spend your life with. And that could be the best asset, or it could be the worst problem that you have to navigate. Several dozen of our clients realized that they were in a bad marriage or bad relationship. And once they got their power back career-wise, they were then able to make that powerful relationship decision. I don't know which way is right for you, but I will say this. When we explore what's going on with you on our complimentary career clarity call, again, that's mofall.com/live clarity, we can help you sort that out. One powerful decision in order to make your career go well, to give you more confidence on the inside, bringing your soul back to life, and then helping you lift your career up so you have confidence and more success in your career, you'll know the right decisions to make everywhere else. Sheryl Sandberg was partnered, married to a great guy, by all admission. He died. He died tragically at a hotel conference gym, exercising on the treadmill. It's unclear exactly what caused his death, but he died suddenly, leaving her and her kids to sort it out. She famously said that his support and him seeing her as a powerful human, man or woman, powerful human in the world, was that she could elevate herself through the jobs that she eventually landed. Her job at Facebook as chief operating officer, which she of course retired from several months ago. I've been a lifelong runner. And in this month's Runner magazine, there's a profile of the woman who's the women's running coach at Brigham Young University. And she's an unlikely Brigham Young University gal. Her name is Diljit Taylor. And she is getting everyone's attention in the collegiate running and cross country world because she is absolutely transforming the running program for the women at BYU. She appears to be a freaking powerhouse. She's a working mom, like most of our clients are working mothers who has who has the responsibility of balancing raising kids, being a wife, in this case, being a running coach. Those are her three top roles in life. And so as she is balancing those roles, the runner's world did a profile on her. There she is, badass Diljit. And she was modestly allowing the runner's world interviewer to help her sort out a very interesting comment. She's a running coach. She's a mom. She's a wife. Three top roles, three big hats that she wears in her life. She said, at any given time, I can be two of those. I can't be all three at any given time, to which I agree with her completely. So sometimes she's a coach and a wife. Sometimes she's purely a coach. Sometimes she's purely a wife. Sometimes she's mom. She can never wear more than two of those hats. And then in a sort of sexual bias, gender bias type of comment, the interviewer asks her husband if she's so people sometimes ask him, this is quoting from Runner's World, people sometimes ask him why he's content to always be in the background. Like a man wouldn't have that okay. Anyway, I divert. So why he's always content to the background. And he said, smiling, because I'm happy to be fully supporting her career and watching her live out her dream. He'll proudly tell you that her name, Diljit, means winner of hearts. So that is a partner and a spouse who is lifting his wife and being certain of his role in watching her be successful and taking nothing from her or expecting anything that he's not getting. This is what we see with our supportive spouses in our workshop as well. We've got a gal right now. She and her husband are both pool enthusiasts, as in billiards. I probably should have said billiard enthusiasts, and they're more than enthusiasts. They actually compete. And I heard the same thing from her. My husband wants me to win. My husband wants me to succeed at work. My husband wants me to have a better job. My husband is fully supportive. And so when she made the decision to join the workshop, she was all in. It took a few things for her to get in order for her to make that final commitment. But she was all in, knowing that her husband would be all in because it's what was lifting her. She's in a very complex situation, not advancing to the level that she knows that she can. And when I had the complimentary career clarity call with her, I agreed. I said, you should be playing at this level. And you're missing out on that because you're staying where you're at. And she's been a badass to coach. Really, really awesome to coach. Here's what I also know to be true. When I left corporate America 8 years ago, I was changing the income stream for our family. And my partner was intensely supportive. She did not want me to leave any of my dreams on the table. She said, go for it. I know that your heart and soul needs to do this work to help other women lead their careers in a new way. And I'm here for you. Not only was she supportive psychologically and emotionally, but she was also at the ready for time that I needed. Now, that wasn't always perfectly suitable. It takes a lot of time to build a company, build a business, to have a coaching responsibility for other human lives, and to be available at the level that we are required to help our clients. I now have a team. We make a much bigger impact in the world because we serve more ladies with the team. But suffice it to say, having that support getting started, having the emotional, the psychological, the soul support was absolutely imperative. I wouldn't be talking on this Facebook Live 8 years later if I didn't have her level of support. She and I have been career coaches for each other all the years that we've been together. And I'll happily say that making the decision to be with her 25, almost 26 years ago was the best career decision I ever made. Because at that point, my career soared because I had someone who I knew was in my corner. Now, listen, if you don't have a partner or spouse, I get it. And many of our clients are single women, many of them single mothers. I get that you don't always have the ability to have someone like that in your court, which is one of the reasons why our sisterhood and the community that we have built over the years is so important to so many of these women, because they don't have women who they can align with, who are powerful, who are talking about success and spirituality in the same jargon. So that is a big advantage. Surround yourself with people who are further along than you on your journey. And many women in today's day and age are white collar breadwinners where their spouses may not be. And so the journey is different. I've had women who landed jobs across the country and had to pack up the kids and the partner and move across the country in a move that men have been making for decades and decades, thinking nothing about it. But these women always feel a twinge of guilt because their power is uncomfortable or unfamiliar to them. So if you're a breadwinner, ladies, if you're a professional woman who's a breadwinner, chances are you're not fully aligned with the power that you have, not only in your family, but at work. We just launched an advanced program for our clients, and we're seeing things in emails and things in communication that we're actually analyzing and coaching at a deeper level with some of our clients. And we're seeing these voids and gaps in power that are just natural evolutions of how we've been raised and taught to be in the world so we don't upset anyone. Women are raised to not upset others, aren't we? We're the peacemakers that get along with everyone. And if that's not your personality, you've probably figured out that you have been treated differently because you're not what a woman is supposed to be. And we hear this oftentimes with our gals as well. Well, I'm a little bit too straightforward. People don't like that coming from a woman. Yeah, that's right. There is a double standard, ladies. We recognize it. So how are you going to navigate that differently? There could be a double standard in the fact that you might be married or in a partner who might have some of that. Not their fault. Men and women are raised as girls and boys differently from each other. Girls want different things than boys do traditionally. And the socio conditioning continues on. Yes, if you're not a woman who's a peacekeeper, you're going to ruffle people's feathers. How do you navigate that level of power? That's also a tricky game. We help women do that as well. There's a lot of tech engineers, attorneys, women who've got a lot of power, a lot to say, a lot of intellectual horsepower, and they've been a bull in a china shop. We've got one gal who graduated the past couple of weeks, and that was her profession and her career was basically upsetting people, and she didn't know how to be different until she met us and began working with us and began leaning in to our strategy of bringing your soul alive first. That is our magic formula, because it is your magic formula, bringing your soul back alive. I'm curious, I can assure I get paid as much as the breadwinners don't have kids. Yeah, so here's the thing. You don't have to have kids to be a breadwinner. If you're a woman who's running a household, check that box on your tax form. You actually need to be all women with professional careers and the opportunities. But when you're the breadwinner, you got the future. You got the consideration of what this career looks like 20, 30 years down the road. If you're not on track for the best version of you, let's get you on track. Spouse, partner, or no partner, spouse, you got to be on track for your future. Otherwise, you're going to subconsciously be very nervous and very anxious, and that will come out. Our team is ready to talk to you. mofall.com/live clarity. I'll tell you one more story about a wonderful woman who we were able to help land a great job, who's actually on her next job as well. She, like me, suffered from breast cancer, but unfortunately for her, she was fired very shortly after coming back from breast cancer. And she felt that her career was going pretty well because for 15 years it did. Let's say this: she had a new boss, and that's why she was fired, because the new boss wasn't the old boss. And I said to her this straightforward and with a big heart: if your career was dependent on that boss, you don't have a stable career. You don't have a stable plan. If your boss changes and your career goes in the toilet, it's not really your career. You've got to learn how to get in charge and get in control of that situation. I had the opportunity to meet her husband on a follow-up call. And he was like, hey, my wife doesn't really think she needs this, and she's coming back from breast cancer, and we're, rallying around her. And I said, well, how much longer do you want to go without her working? That was a dead silence. Not much longer. I said, you know what? Here's the truth. You as a man were raised to go out and get stuff, make things happen, and not really care too much about how other people feel and think. Your wife was raised totally differently. And so she's processing the firing, the breast cancer at a whole deep level that, with all due respect, even though you're her loving husband, you can't possibly understand how she's processing things. She began to work with us immediately off that phone call and learned how much she was really processing. She had intellectually thought she was over it, but she wasn't. Uterine cancer for me, not cool to try to get healthy without employer provided healthcare. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You can get healthcare non-employer provided. That's certainly the way a lot of folks have been doing it over the past 7-8 years now. Here's the thing. No matter what's going on in your life, your career is a fabric that ripples through everything. And if you don't have a supportive spouse or partner helping you navigate your career or other parts of your life, you need to be surrounding yourself with other people who can and who do have successful careers in life. So you feel like we're social animals, folks. That's the way humans are built. It feels better to be in a common community of other people who are further along the road than you. And sometimes they're not as far along. And after years, you get to lift others. Some of our long-term clients say how happy and fulfilling it is for them to sort of be a good mentor and role model for some of the gals who are not as far along in their journey with us. So there's no way to prove people not hiring something. If you're ready to get back to work and you're having trouble getting back on track, book your complimentary clarity call with us. We will take care of you. Let me know you came from this Facebook Live at mofall.com/live clarity. Here's the thing. You are the most important person in your life. No matter if you have a partner or spouse, you're the most important person in your life. I don't care if you have kids, aging parents, it doesn't matter. You're the most important person in your life. If you're not where you want to be, if you don't feel good about who you are, if you don't have other people helping you see how awesome you can be and want to be, saying, yeah, go get it, then you got to get a fix on that. You got to get a fix on that. So here's the thing. I'm talking about how important and impactful a spouse or partner can be. And I'm also talking about if you have a partner or spouse who is not seeing it for you, it's holding you back from your brilliance. That scenario will crush your spirit. You'll be doubting yourself all along the way if your partner or spouse can't mirror to you something more. And they may not be able to see it. It's not perhaps their fault. But like I said about that example of that partner who booked a complimentary clarity call for her partner who was just gotten fired, and the partner shows up on the clarity call like, well, I know my partner booked this, but what do you got? When we took care of her on the career clarity call, she realized how much she was really leaving on the table. And as someone who was newly fired, she knew she needed to heal faster than she was doing it on her own. Thank you. I can't see who your name is. One of our clients. Thank you very much for your support there. I appreciate it. Yes. So the community is really important. Here's the other thing. How about a strategy? Even if your spouse is successful, even if your spouse is maybe more successful than you, I don't think they know how to deploy a strategy for you. With all due respect, I had to learn that the hard way. And I actually became very skilled at that because as an executive, I was helping other people on my team get strategies and lifting them up. I'm naturally a born teacher. If you've heard my stuff in the past, I helped kids learn how to ride their bikes without training wheels as a little girl. I have a natural knack for seeing what people need to be and do to do better. And thanks, Dr. Kat. I really appreciate it. And here's the other thing. You know what you know. Your spouse or partner knows what he or she knows. That's it. How about the big swath of understanding when you are working with a team of experts who know specifically how to do the things that you need to get your promotion or get your new job? Having a boss who's holding you back, nothing worse, to be honest with you. Well, the spouse holding you back would be maybe worse, but they're both not good. So here's the thing. When you work with experts who know how to pave the road, who know the current strategies in order to land jobs, we're helping our ladies land jobs every single week, many of them, week by week. And we know exactly how to help lift you. Many of our clients haven't had to interview or land a new job in several years, and they feel sort of rusty. My dad as an engineer would see women in my areas encouraged to apply and just assume I wasn't trying hard enough when I was applying over and over, just doing it wrong before. You know what? Here's the thing. Everyone wants you to be better and good. Assuming people love you, they want you to be better and good, but they don't know how. So here's what people will say. Just get a new job. You'll be fine. Or you've got a great job. Just relax into it and don't try to spin your wheels for something more. Why do you need something more? I can remember one time I got a brand new job. I was super excited. My mother says to me, well, why did you need that job? Need? I had ambition on my soul and I wanted to earn more and do more. I wanted a bigger job. I wanted bigger contribution. I wanted a bigger impact. That's why. See, people can't understand you. It's just the way it is. Other human beings aren't wired to understand you. Coaches are. Coaches are wired and trained with strategies and techniques to help see you as a bigger version of you and help lift you to get there. My team of experts and I know what we're doing to help you solve your career problem. We first help you solve your soul problem. If you're a woman in the corporate world, I know that your soul has been bruised and battered by others. Sometimes it's a toxic boss. Sometimes it's a parent with some type of complex not understanding. And I will say this, you need to do the best you can do in your profession and career. You need to do that because that's what your soul expression is all about. Mary, please book a call with us. mofall.com/live clarity will help you out. We've helped women well into their 60s, even some into their 70s, land great jobs. If you want to keep working, if you want to advance yourself and you can't do it on your own, please hire an expert. If it's not us, okay, maybe we don't sync up with you, but get someone who's an expert on your side, who sees what's possible and can give you the techniques and the way toward that, the path forward. Our approach is the first thing. We're going to help you focus on you, on your soul, because that is what, Mary, this is not about giving up. This is about getting the right help so you don't have to keep spinning your wheels. And there's absolutely no shame or embarrassment in getting help. There's actually a lot of wasted energy if you don't have experts helping you. It's like trying to patch your own roof from inside your house. I think the leak's here. Get an expert. It really, really helps. And it lifts your soul. Look, if you're feeling depleted and you're spinning your wheels and you're not getting where you want to be, your soul is depleted. I can guarantee you that. And filling that back up is what the first step is that we're going to help you with. Jump on a complimentary career clarity call at mofall.com/live clarity. We're going to help you navigate the inner gremlins, the programming, the conditioning that you've gotten as a professional woman in the workplace. We're going to help you release your soul's power and have you feel awesome about who you are and what you're all about in the world. And then we'll help you deploy that strategy toward a better job, an opportunity perhaps at your current company. We've helped a lot of women get promotions in their companies, or a job outside. You will absolutely have the tools and the inner sense of self that are the two things that must come together. It is absolutely important that as a woman, you align with your power so that your career can get lifted. Women must have that inner alignment to be powerful. It is essential. Women are built a certain way by estrogen and social conditioning, and it's important for us as women to feel authentic in our power. I don't believe in fake it till you make it, because there's no such thing as faking anything. It's about getting into your power, and whether you have a supportive spouse or partner or not. And unfortunately, so many women we've worked with have not. Many of them have as well. But your career and your soul are your responsibility. Take it seriously. Take it so seriously that you take everyone off the table and say, I'm responsible. Now what do I do? I'm responsible for this life. I'm responsible for my future. Now what do I do? Who do I need around me to get me there? It's like clearing out anything that doesn't work. It's important. Your career is the number one way that you'll be expressing your soul in the world. Even if you're a mother, it's the talents and gifts that your creator gave you that you're deploying in the world. It's the thing that's going to give you the livelihood to live in the three-dimensional world of goods and services that you must have in order to survive and live and thrive in this world. Better cars, better homes, nicer meals, all of that is easier and feels better when you're making more money and you're feeling thriving from the inside out. It's a holistic way to look at thriving in life, not a choppy existence where you feel kind of crappy at work and you try to pretend at home that you're not. Take this week to take stock. And if your partner is supportive and excited about your future, please feel free to tell them all about me and my work. And I would love to make sure that they indeed know what we're going to do together. Wait, no husband. We can take care of you without any questions. But my point on today's Facebook Live, if you're listening to this live or if you're listening on the podcast version, is this. The number one decision that you make in your career is who you surround yourself with. That could be a partner or spouse. It could be family. It could be friends. Who you surround yourself with will determine your fate. Every success guru ever has talked about that. You're the average of the five people you hang out with. Who are those five people that you hang out with? And is each and every one more advanced, more considerate, more generous than you? All right. Got an interview in 30 minutes, another application going out today. Awesome. If you're a client of ours, we'll see you tomorrow night on the coaching call, fired up and ready to go. If you need help, folks, there's no shame in this. It's just the opposite. There's all sorts of excitement, anticipation of getting the right experts around you. mofall.com/live clarity. My coaching team of career breakthrough strategists are eager to help you solve your problem and eager to help you move into your truth at your soul level and into that next level of work, fun, excitement. Our clients and I joke about how we help our ladies turn into the I Love Mondays Club. So if you're not loving your Mondays, let's get to work and help you feel that way. This is career coach Mo Fall. I'm the founder and creator of the Kick-Ass Career Program, where we help women up level by bringing their souls back to life, bringing your soul back to work. Coach Mo Fall everywhere on social media hit me up on LinkedIn, send me a request. I'd love if you're a client to hit me up with a recommendation. Always love feeling the love. mofall.com/live clarity is how you get started implementing our awesome and proven techniques. mofall.com/live clarity so you can talk to one of our experts. I can't wait to work with you and help you lift yourself into a version of you that you know is inside. Let's do that with you and for you at mofall.com/live clarity. We'll see you next time. Soul on fire indeed.